Anyways, wishes. No, no, no. All the more is for any all neglect of the education in the outrageous cost and to the late in the mains and to hard the cash of respectively where as among the famous of American examples the pictures of the peak picking industry of the generation in the also the cinematograph and the Macaulay in different connections resembles the of the lady spreading the admirers or powerful the sultan's might purpose repose Binadi said shared very history the beginning in the order of the publications the most consumed campus Bangosto I did and Sir Philip Sidney Shah Golden the Thomas be the mention for the importance of the novel feelings Charles Garnison is still the regard was the father developed by the Henry Fielding Robbins and Robbins small and Jonathan Why and John Jones and Amina Duich is Robertson wheels and become on common place which things and Hamla man and and others become the other overshadowed and the Windsor Castle of that clothes are the clothes are at the heart of 1918 one who sits every time Wabi Jew and do it bro. The new version is yeah that's you see the bar in is about from the old how to Shakespeare Hammers and the Pebbles and used to the fiction as who was regarded as the Dixon intended to convey the finality of fear. While in the handy small is a broad in new depth the few that drive home to lessons go up the religion the politics and read the George brothers that's no choice for me. I walk it just 10 years not 10 years so I need to just do it brothers. So I am no choice brother I'm holding these guys as long as you leave. Okay. position yourself. Everything is important. Success you see, that's not success, brother. Holding the success is success. Holding success is success. Allow it to hold. Que coisa. How can I build this something different so we're gonna make one success about this? Okay, the novels in the 20th, novel of the 12th century, okay, the anti-romantic, anti-Victorian attitudes that provided the impetus of the modern movements in the poetry had an equally energizing of the novel from the quest for ways of the recreating the novel was also a response to a pressure to the pressure of the new times and doubts about of the convictions that the old methods of the novel writing would no longer meet the needs of the later age. In the 18th and the 19th centuries, the novel has been the public instruments focusing on what was significant to society as a whole. As David Ditches explained in the novel on the modern world, the world's patterns are contrasted out in the incidents, the situations which are the scene and the mirror of the events appears equally by the writers and leaders, but the modern context fictions is different because of that changes. That's made the taken the place since the time of the common plate and the share the values of provides people with the means of the perceptions of the discrimination of the meaning that it is separate. Disappearance of all the coherence in the early course of the early century due to social and political movements and upheaval was further of the compounded by the impact of the First World War, the realistic resulting of the dislocations caused by all these factors led into questioning to the the varieties of all areas including literature, the laws of the authority, the authorial confidence in a shared background of the belief and the value with the readers, and the conquest consideration of the authority had historical implications for fictions, primarily because it forced the writer to consider his relaxation, the relations with the reader of the on the alter narrative strategies to feed that changes situations, other authors that influence the definition of the global relate to the contemporary vision of the life and reality. The vision can describe as the Bergsonian, Bergsonian, and the Freudian after the intellectual and the philosophic currents of thoughts that revolutionized the traditional concept of time, that revolutionized the traditional concepts of time and consciousness, the new concept of time and continuous flow rather than a series of separate points was a result of the Burgeon's and the William James analysis of the consciousness. According to the Bergson, the self is the temporal, always appearing out into the past, present, and the future. James presents towards was the continuum consciousness cannot be analyzed into the fragments. It is nothing joined. It is first let us call it is a stream of the thoughts consciousness or the subjective. The idea of the intuitive self is extended by the Marshall Proust the focuses on the role of the memory in the human experience. According to the Proust, memory activated by the concrete of the sensations can help recapture past and allowing the step of re-enter the proved revolve of endurance are rediscovered a particularly close concert past. These theories are rendered the chronological sequence of the event in the narrative obstacles leading a novelistic of the experiments to capture the sense of time as it is actually the operates in the theme of the consciousness novel. The psychological theories of the Freud and the Jung also affected the technique of the novel. Their theories showed their objective science can describe the irrational depth of man. The new psychology emphasized the multiplicity of the consciousness as also the presence in the given consciousness of all he had ever experienced and perhaps also all the rest of experience. Such as theories encourage reports of captured feeling the border and the march in the unconscious and the currents and thoughts of passing between the characters resulting in the new ways of presenting the characters that the characterizations in the modern novel came to the depicted not to master so much so the of this new approach to by the authors to represent the characters and events according to the Bergson and the ways of the knowing the reality to the adopted point of the view relations to an object of the stopping the relative. The novels of Joseph Conrad and Henry James by the telling his story from the point of the view one of the characters or the being into the juxtapositions, multiple points of the view are example of the objective narrative characteristics of the moral and self-affecting authors. The most telling effect of the emphasis on the consciousness was to swap the location of reality from the external social circumstances to the individual consciousness. The human beings is typically a prisoner of this their own consciousness and consequently the isolated dot characteristically different is the 20th century 20th century novels from the predecessor is the state is loneliness of the individual as a necessary condition for man. Demands of a new approach and the fresh thinkings of the condition of a man calls the writers to reject the old deliberated way of the telling the story, the executing the innovations, following the direction of the thoughts led by the new philosophic institution. The modern novels in the first phase between the 1920 to 1945 reached the unprecedented level of the achievement, the new term of in which is the old concept of the plot of characters and the narrations were the expressed satires and forever the Joseph Conrad 1857 to 1974. Although one effort in the charm of the theme of the content that serve as a various indicators the chance of fiction writing, James 20th century novels are often considered the base of the productive career. He stored the observations of the exact style, culture, or the empathy, the attentiveness, the human thoughts and the feeling in the wings of the dove, and 92 the ambassador 93 the James returned to the early career interest in contrasting the un- unsophisticated fidelity of the America with the elegant descendants of the European sense of their novels are modifications of the traditional novel, but the detachment on the oblique interface the writer bring to the bear upon his investigation so appears the masking reality in society the indeed in all event the relationship set them apart from the Victorian novels. Above all, Joseph proves himself to be a pioneer on the establishing the limited points of view by the selecting a career to be a meteor. The center of the subconscious reflecting upon the actions of, for example, the status, the ambassadors, and the characters, although and through those whose perceptions and the reader's successes unfolding of the characters and the events in the novel. Joseph Conrad turns his back in London, drawing the room and the upper middle class society that so fascinated James and the brings us a weeks of the scholarly and Christian plans and throughout his novels. Books like Washington 1990 and Yoda 92, the which contains associated story Heart and Darkness and the Nostromo, and in 4 can be read and adventure stories on one level and another. Was a cash book, exemplar and samples for the new direction of fiction. The Conrad Central concern is with the response of a man of the matches by the author's unique narrative methods by the abolishing the logical sequential narration by the authorial swatch and the using instead of series and impression the resemble reality. Conrad conveys that the fact of the flaw in oblique section James and Conrad are like linked in the by the visions of life as the struggle in the moral Trump and by the experimental interest in the art of the fiction which gave a positive start to the movement effort to renew the novel strict interest to the interest in the hidden realities of the deep heart of core events by the James and the Conrad a concern with the world's external reality disregards the writing of the Arnold Barnes 1867 1931 H. Wells 1866 1943 Barnes offers a detailed documentary of the day-to-day life in the Anna of Five Towns 1902 and the worldwide sales 1908 the home shows themselves to be the master of the realistic approach according to the exact details of nature of the provincial of the life in the proletariat area of the Stanford is here where every little event where say public determinations of the taken up the scrutiny by the active secretary the brand as a novelist rise on his ability to record the material realistic realities of the environment and the activities that emanate the provincial life and scope to observe details. The traditional approach is again the evidence in the work of the age world, the Barnes Paints and the Sampsier's world and justify the remember for the pioneers' roles in the science fiction, but is the fictionalism and observe the realities in novels like Keith's 1905, the Tono, which is combined the humor with the music criticism of the opposition industry. And that's the chronicles and the fortunes of the Frosty history, dynasty from the Victorian times to the modern years and the impact of political changes, the advancement in the technology of the life, manners of which such novels and regions for the Indians objected to the realistic baggage of the manners of novels which is a complaint where great the voluminous books of dipping with the detailed experimentations was the Indians link James stylistic the methods to the Pendra's efforts of the hypocrites to pick up the PR from the corner of the Jane the mutual discriminations from the two different standpoints of the literature only go to show the traditional method continue to the traps of the algorithms alongside the exploratory traces tactics that's the basis away from the beaten path. The definitive break with the traditions came into that stream of the constitutional novel. The more was the first use of the Dorothy and Richardson in her the series of the 13 line of the novels. which began with the pointed tubes in 1915. The Magnum Opus eventually came to be the known of the Philippines. The Philippines, the birth letters, novels in the series there. Often as an artist, the perhaps the most authoritative and complex writer among the modernists, linked with the artistic aesthetic movement of the 90s, shows of both the Dubliners and no one's. কি করবো এটা কি করবো এটা কি করবো ঠিক This is the way our system, our